Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy new year. I know it's been a minute since my last video, but I'm back and I wanted to wish you guys a happy new year. I know 2020 has been a time, but we are now in 2021 and I hope you accomplish all that you want to get done this year. Maybe something that you wanted to start last year but haven't had the chance to, but now we are starting fresh. We're in a new year and I hope that you are able to accomplish all of your goals this year and more. Now, as you can tell by the title of the video, I finally made my way over to Sephora and picked up a few things by Fenty Beauty, namely the reason for this video, the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. Yes, they have powder foundation now. I feel like I haven't worn just powder foundation in years. Maybe when I first started wearing makeup, powder foundation was my thing, but that was years ago. Now I would tend to use a powder foundation as like a setting powder over regular like liquid foundation, but that's not what this is about. This is strictly a powder foundation. So I wanted to go ahead and try to like tap back into the back in the day first time applying makeup type of roots, because I really did love a nice powder foundation, because to be honest, I really didn't know how to use liquid foundation and powder foundation was just the easiest. So a couple things that I picked up are a restock on some items that I've had before and the new products. So really quickly, I did go ahead and pick up another Instant Retouch concealer, and I'm in the shade 410. I also went ahead and picked up a new setting powder, and this one is in the mini size. I felt like a lot of people really like this shade, and this is in the shade Honey. I do have the original one in the larger size, but this is in the shade Banana, which is okay for me, but it is a little brightening. I want to see what the difference the Honey shade makes, so that's why I picked it up. And I also picked it up in this mini size because, as you can tell, I mean, I barely made a dent in the larger one. So the mini one is definitely cheaper, and I feel like it'll be cost effective, and I probably still wouldn't even make a dent in this one. But for size reference, here you go. I also picked up one of their new Gloss Bomb creams. This is in the shade Honey Waffles. I saw a lot of people rave about their new Gloss Bomb cream, so I did want to go ahead and try one out. And this one seemed to be one of the most popular colors, which is Honey Waffles, if I didn't say. So I picked that one up, so I'll definitely be trying this one out with today's look. So for the main event for today's video, we are going to be reviewing the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. Now, I have the shade 420, so it's supposed to be a 1-to-1 shade match throughout the foundation lines, meaning that whatever shade you are, whether it be the matte foundation, the hydrating foundation, or the powder foundation, you should be the same shade across all foundations. So for instance, I used to have the matte foundation in the shade 420. I have the hydrating foundation in the shade 420. So I also went ahead and picked up the powder foundation in the shade 420. However, with seeing other people reviews and knowing powder foundations a little bit, they tend to run a little bit deeper. I don't know why that is with powder foundations, but they do tend to run a little bit deeper. Some of the reviews that I have seen tried their normal foundation shade, but found that it was a little bit darker. So what I ended up doing was I picked up 420, which is my normal foundation shade, and I also picked up 410 just to be on the safe side. However, both of these showed up that it was a warm golden undertone. So let's see how far off the difference is. I'm going to be trying out both powders on each side of my face just to test it out and see if there is a difference. So here is the packaging. It comes in this really sleek, clean looking compact. When you open it, you have your mirror in the top portion, you have your foundation, and then when you flip it up, you have your sponge in the bottom. This powder foundation retails for $32. You get 0.32 ounces of product in the compact. It claims to be long wear, light as air, no flashback, blur filter complex to deliver the ultimate blurred finish, sweat, humidity, and crease resistant, buildable from light to full coverage formula that loves to be layered, won't settle into fine lines, clog pores, or cake up, and reduces the appearance of shine. And here's what they look like side by side. Not really much of a difference. They look practically the same. In person, I can see how the 420 is just a hair darker than 410, but I mean, looking in the camera, like, what? This is the same shade. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and conceal before I put my powder foundation on, because this is a liquid. You wanna go in with any cream products, any cream and liquid products before going in with powder, as to not disturb the powder products. But let's go ahead and apply this concealer. Just instantly brightens the side of the face. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of cream blush. This is Fenty Beauty's cream blush in the shade Rose Latte. Looks crazy now, but it's gonna be covered. If it looks a little too much for you, remember you can always go over with your same sponge that had your concealer or your foundation on it, just to tone it down a little bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop right in. They do come with sponges. However, I'm not really a sponge fan. I'll go ahead and try it out real quick, but I am just not really a sponge person like this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swirl it in there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this sponge. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my brush. What I usually use for powder foundations, I like to use a big, dense powder brush, and this one is this is a Sephora brush, and this is the Pro All Over Powder Brush. I got this years ago. I don't know how much I paid for it. I just know that when I was using powder foundations all the time, this is what I went in with, and this applies it and makes it look flawless. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dip this into the powder, and I just press it over my face. And this powder claims to be buildable from light to full coverage. Light to full coverage. So you can go in with as little as this foundation as you want, or you can pile it up until you get your desired full coverage. I'm just gonna go ahead and pack it on and see what I get. So remember, this side that I'm putting on right now is 420, my normal shade, which to me, it looks fine. It looks completely, like, I don't see anything like it's too dark or anything. I'm not experiencing that at all. I think it looks fine. All right, so here is 420 on compared to this side that has nothing. It doesn't look as dark as I was expecting it to look. It looks fine. All right, so we're gonna go in with 410 on the left side of my face. Now, like I said, once I read the description of these powders, they're both described as a medium deep with warm golden undertones. Both of these, the 410 and the 420, both have the same undertone descriptions. So that just goes to show you it's not that much far off from each other. That's why they look almost practically identical to each other. But I just wanted to try it out because, I don't know, some people said that it ran a little bit deeper. Okay, so here is both sides done. This is 410 on this side. This is 420 on this side. Let me know if you guys see a difference, but sitting in front of this mirror that I have right in front of me, I don't. Both sides look completely the same. 410 over here, 420 over here. As far as the finish is beautiful. I put on, as you can see, a couple layers of this foundation. It's not heavy. It doesn't feel heavy at all. So they got that on the light part, the lightweight feeling. With as many layers as I went in with, it doesn't feel cakey. So kudos to them. My skin looks nice and smooth and even all over. What I did forget to do was go in and highlight underneath my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now with the honey setting powder, just to brighten up a little bit and see what that does. I feel like I still use a little bit more brightness, so I'm gonna go in with a more powder, which is the banana of the setting powder. There we go, a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my eyes off camera, which is not gonna be much. I am just gonna put on mascara, maybe lashes, maybe not, possibly just mascara. But before I leave, I wanna go ahead and try out this Gloss Bomb Cream in the shade Honey Waffles, and this is what it looks like. Ooh, this matches my turtleneck like perfectly. This is a perfect nude. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Ooh. I feel like I want to add a little bit more blush and highlight. Let's for highlight, I'm gonna go in with my Milani Strobe Light. This is in the shade 04 Glowing. 9 times out of 10, this is always the highlight that I go for. I've had this for a while and it's still going. Looks good. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my look off camera, which ain't much, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the final look using the powder foundation. I do have to say I'm loving how my face looks right now. Like, my skin does look flawless. It does give me an even coverage. I did layer the foundation to get my desired coverage. Still feels lightweight, still feels non-cakey. Now it's really up to you if you decide you want to go ahead and spend $36 on this foundation. I think it looks beautiful. I think it looks flawless, but you can also achieve this with drugstore foundation. So keep that in mind. If you have a drugstore powder foundation that you love and you want to stick to, by all means, stick to it. This is definitely, if you want to try something new and you want to splurge a little bit, try this one out because it is great as well. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit that notification bell so you are notified when I do upload new videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.